All right. I would like to thank Sarah Thomas, Sarah Jones. I'm so sorry. That was a moment. That was a moment there. It's because Bonnie Thomas is making faces there. Thanks, Bonnie. Appreciate that. Total distraction. So I'd like to thank Sarah Thomas for, again, you're Sarah Jones,
I am
for
Sarah
joining.
Jones.
We're going to rename you today. For
Oh,
joining
okay.
us today at Camp Yarnsie. Welcome back. We're going to have your live shopping event today, which we are
Yeah.
very excited about, and we're very thankful you could join us. So whenever you're ready to get started, we'd like to welcome Crazy About Yarn.
Hi, everybody. So I'm Sarah from Crazy About Yarn, and I will be showing you some of the things that I have been working on the last little bit, mainly Alice in Wonderland collection, which I'm super excited about. Um, so again, I'm Sarah from, sorry, I'm from Ottawa, Ontario, and I started my journey with crocheting, and then got into took a dye class a couple of years ago and fell in love with it, and then started dyeing during the beginning of the pandemic, and through encouragement from a lot of my friends, I started posting some of the yarn that I was dyeing, and then people started to ask to buy it, so I started selling it. So I'm really proud of this collection because this is the first collection I've done that I've tried to make it cohesive and make several colorways that you can work together. So you can mix and match and all that kind of stuff. This is also um, a pre-order, so the pre-order goes till May 5th, and then it will take 6 weeks, so about mid-June, for everything to ship out. I do have um, 7 different colorways, not colorways, sorry, 7 different yarn bases that you can pick from with the 16 different colorways that I do have. I probably could have done less, but I have a problem without with so I just love color and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead, excuse me, and get started. So I figured I start with um, Alice in Wonder, sorry, Alice. So just
That's beautiful. Would you like for me
thank you.
to unmute everyone or to leave them
Sure, that
muted?
would be great.
Okay.
If anybody has any questions.
And if anyone has any background noise, just please make sure that you mute yourself.
So Alice is a beautiful yellow at the top with several different yellows in the yellow to be for her hair. And then there's a black strip for her hairband. And then we have the white that you can see right here that goes from the yellow to the blue for her apron. And then this beautiful blue that goes from a lighter to a darker blue for her dress. Now, the thing with Alice that I really, really like is that she is dyed differently than everybody else. Um, she is dyed more straightforward as like a visual representation of her. So I also have fun little swatches that are crocheted and knitted. So I'm going to show both of those, and I hope you guys can see them. Uh,
Taking it a second. You have a slight
yeah,
little bit of camera lag today. That's okay. Give a second.
I can see that.
Okay.
Is it still lagging?
Yeah, it is.
Oh. Okay, let me try one thing. Bear with me for 1 second.
Do 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 do. Sorry, I have hamster dance stuck in my head. My dog
Okay.
found it. It's a little obnoxious. Like an earworm.
It is an earworm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just bear with me for 2 seconds.
Got all the time in the world. It's all good. Your
Okay.
display behind you is beautiful. I love
Thank
all
you.
the colors that are there. It's just incredible. And there's so many that look like they go together so well. And
Exactly.
these unique combinations too.
Yes.
Bonnie
Right.
said she would like the whole wall. You can
I
have it,
know
Bonnie.
they're all a lot of fun.
And Molly Wicks commented that they're pretty. So they're
Thank you.
a little support there. Yeah, and I give you credit there too for also using a movie that's kind of a classic
Thank you.
instead of kind of going with the new and the more recent fads, I guess you'd say, through it. Your attention to detail, like with Alice with the little strip
It's
of her
still
hairband.
lagging.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
Right.
try try removing yourself from OBS
Okay.
and just coming in through the camera
Sure. I can do
Yeah.
that.
real quick. There you go. You're moving.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Where am I?
Bounce it a little
There
bit.
we go.
There you go.
Is it a bit better or is it still really laggy?
It's a little, but it's not freezing in between it now.
Okay,
you go.
that's good. Okay, so these are the samples. Oop.
Ooh.
Sorry, I'm getting used to the
There it is.
angles. So this one is crocheted and then this one is knitted. And I like having the two different samples because it shows you how different the exact same yarn from the exact same skein can be worked up depending on how you work the fiber. So I just think they're great.
That's a great idea.
So you can see the yellow going through, at least with the knitting, very, very well. And then it goes to the white, and there's the black and the blue. And then with the crocheting, there's a whole lot of pooling, which is a lot of fun as well. Hey,
I like that. That's so helpful.
yeah, I really like that. Oop. And then Alice that we were just looking at. So she was dyed up that I was showing earlier. She was dyed up in, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. The sock weight, which is 100% merino, superwash, and it's not 100%, I'm sorry, 80% merino, 20% nylon, and that's why it's the sock weight. So it would be good for having for socks or a shawl or something that would need a little bit more robust to go against. All my yarn is milled in Ontario, which I thought was really cool and important. And all the wool is 100% muslin free, which I thought was also very important. Want to make sure all those sheep are well taken care of and whatnot. The wool comes from New Zealand, and then the nylon comes from Italy. But yeah, everything is locally milled, which I just think is really, really cool. Okay.
I like your attention to detail on that. That's really important. I think we've
Most definitely. And everything is super, super soft. I wanted super soft, fun yarn that I would want to use. So everything is super soft and super squishable. So the piece that goes with Alice I did was a blush color. Ooh. Move back a bit. So it's a very pink color.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. So it goes from a very light pink to a darker pink. And I think it just goes great with Alice, but it could go with a whole bunch of the other colorways. There's the Cheshire Cat it could go with. It could go with some of the other semi-solids that I've done. So I'm just gonna do this because I love to compare them. And then you can see how they go together, and I just think
Ooh,
it's
look at that.
gorgeous. I
Oh,
know.
that would be so fun. That's like a party waiting to happen.
And so this one is also dyed in, oh, no, this is dyed in the Fingerling 100% Merino, and everything is superwash. I do not have any that are non-superwash because I like to do the variegated dyes, and you can't do, it doesn't absorb the colors fast enough, so they would muddy and everything like that. So again, I have the crocheted and knitted swatches. Oh, I'm getting used to the camera. There we go. So this is the crocheted and this is the knitted. And you can see, because it is a semi-solid, it goes back and forth between the darker pink and the lighter pink. And again, I just like how they look for the difference between the two of them, from being knitted and then being crocheted. And I just think it's a lot of fun.
I love that slight variation. I mean, you did
I
such a good job of
know.
it. It's just so slight, but it's there. It's so pretty.
Okay. And we
So
have,
I don't know about you, but I like the variegation part of it. I don't like it when it's sometimes when it's just so much, especially because I'm
yes.
making a large garment, then you can really tell when I change my skeins.
Well, with
It's not
that,
skeins.
what you should be doing is have a couple
Mixing.
skeins and then every couple rows be switching it so you don't get unplanned pooling if you don't want it. So it makes a
Right.
little bit more, but not everybody likes to do that. And then,
It's
so
just
you
pain.
could go, it is, and lots more ends, but then you can go with the semi-solid to break it up if you wanted to do
Right.
that as well.
That's a
So
great
it doesn't
point.
look so busy, which
Hmm.
variegated can look very busy if it's just all together.
Yeah.
So it's finding the right projects for the yarn and everything like that. Okay, so next is March Hare. I just
Ooh.
love this colorway. So this was the other one that I dyed up yesterday. So we have the very, very bright yellow. Ooh, there we go, for his hair. And then it goes to a very bright orange. And then we have a brown, and then a nice deep saturated red, and then a darker red that sort of goes to a brownish reddish color. And I just think it's a whole lot of fun. And his so here are the two swatches, and I just think they're so much fun. This is the knitted one, and then this is the crocheted one. And with the knitted one, it goes across, and you can see the colors changing. And then with crocheting, there's a whole lot of pooling. So all the yellows sort of went to the edge, which is cool. Just how this particular one went, but they are from the same skein. Just were knitted and crocheted, so they just come across different. Okay, I'm through my pile of yarn. Okay, so the one that I've picked to go with March Hare is Candied Orange. It's a bright,
Pretty.
burnt orange that reminds me of like candy orange, that I just think is wonderful. Super squishable. So the March Hare, sorry I didn't go over that, was dyed in worsted weight 100% merino superwash. And then this one, same thing. So he was this was dyed in 100% merino superwash worsted weight. So I think they just go great together.
Oh, that's a pretty combo.
Yeah.
I'll do, but just enough.
Yes, exactly. And then my wonderful little swatches. I love these things so much. So this is the knitted, and then this is the crocheted. I'm not sure if you can really see, but there is the variegation, or this, because it is a semi-solid, it does go from a lighter to a darker orange, which I think is wonderful. And then all the swatches are knitted and crocheted in the sock weight. So that's superwash, 80% merino, 20% nylon.
They're fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not normally a red person, but I could definitely see myself using that. Could anyone see themselves using that for any project, or any thought in your mind about maybe I could use that for, I don't know, this next upcoming shawl make along or something?
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's just me. So I'm the only one that wants to use it. Thanks, guys. Thanks. That's a good confidence there. No, but I do think it's beautiful.
Thank you.
I like the subtlety, though, again, that you can play on those colors. I really like that, especially within a collection. Sometimes it seems like you can only go 2 or 3, but it seems like this one you can really mix and match a lot of them.
Yes. Has my camera frozen again? It looks like
yes, it has. Yep.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
At least you're frozen in a beautiful smile. It could be worse.
Yeah, that is true. I would like to show you the Cheshire Cat, but oh, there we
You're
go.
moving. Yeah.
I'm moving, kind of, sort of.
Oh, spoke too soon. There. You're back.
Okay. The Cheshire Cat.
Ooh.
I just love this one. So the way I dyed this is I've done a base color of the very, very light pink that goes throughout, and then I've untwisted it and then retwisted it and then poured more dye onto it for each color separately. So there's splashes of colors, there's no rhyme or reason of where they go. 2 skeins can be very different depending on how the dye has fallen on them. And the reason for this is because it is Cheshire Cat, and I find he is sort of a mischievous guy that gets into trouble. And there wouldn't be any rhyme or reason of why he would be doing something. So I try to interpret that as well into the colorway. And he is dyed. So fingerling weight, superwash, 100% merino for him. And then I just love these swatches. They're so different. So pretty.
I have to say, Hillary commented, the Cheshire Cat is chaos, and this is perfect.
That's awesome.
Nice, Hillary. That was good. So, then Lauren also commented this was her favorite, and Molly almost commented, I apologize to miss that, that she loved the orange before, so good.
So these are the, oops, sorry.
Yeah, the swatches are super helpful. I agree with you, Molly.
Yes.
Molly said the swatches are helpful. They really see how they knit and crochet up. It really does
Now,
make a
depending on the project you're working, they could look completely differently because these are basic stitches for crocheting and knitting. So this is the knitted, and then this is the crocheted. So in the knitted, you can really see the randomness of the other colors that are overlaid on top of the light pink. And then it comes across with the crocheting as well. But I want to stress that no 2 skeins will be the same, even if they're dyed in the same pan. I have other ones that are more with the dark purple, and then more with the bluish purple that have come through. So it really depends on the skein that you get. So you may have to switch skeins like every couple rows if you're using this for a large project. And then,
it's nice because sometimes you don't quite know when you look at a skein what all the colors are in there, and that the swatches really do help. I understand that it might change a little bit, but it's nice to see that. There's no surprise crazy orange in the center.
Yes. Well, that's why I like the swatches, because they give you an idea of what it looks like. Because I find a lot of other indie dyers will post their picture of their twisted up skein, and it's like, okay, but how do the colors fall? Like, how will it look when it's knitted or crocheted up? Or if you're looming or something else, how will those fibers go together and all that kind of stuff? So the corresponding one I did, because I love color, is Berry Crush. So this is a deep, deep purple that goes with undertones of pink. that I just love. This is dyed on 100% merino superwash, and this is the single ply. It's super soft, it's super squishy, and it has more texture to the twist, which is really emphasized, and it's worsted weight, if I didn't mention that.
Look at the tones in that. Ooh.
I know, it's gorgeous. Watches.
And Katrin suggested berry crush with candied orange is fantastic.
Oh yes, that would be great. So this is the knitted one. Oop. And then this is the crocheted one. So again, it is a semi-solid, so it goes to the deeper purple, and then you can see the hints of the lighter pink within it. And I just like to compare the two. I will be posting pictures of all these swatches on the website later today. I just ran out of time. The way life goes. So, Corinne had suggested.
Lauren wants the whole line in single ply, and Molly asked, "Can we see some of the purple swatches side by side?"
Purple swatches.
Same too. And which swatches do you mean, Molly? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I forget the names, the cute names, but just the different purples together, like the dark
Cheshire?
purple and then the variegated
Cheshire
one.
Cat? The Cheshire Cat,
Yeah.
maybe? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't turn that on, baby. Don't turn that on.
Or do you mean like the
Yes.
berry crush and the blush?
So this is the Cheshire Cat, and then this is the Berry Crush.
Nice.
I get my fingers
So
up.
pretty.
Very,
Thank
very
you.
pretty. So the Berry Crush is in Cheshire Cat, and so you do see hints of it. And I really try to emphasize the colors of the Cheshire Cat from the movies from the 1950s, I believe, or 60s, because he was very, very bright colors, but a lot of fun. Corinne was asking about Berry Crush and Candied Orange, so I figured I'd show those two as well.
That's
And
pretty.
they're gorgeous. So if you guys want to see any of the skeins next to each other, please let me know. I'm not looking at chat.
I got you.
So, yeah.
Real lifeline there. You're good.
Okay. Getting our way through. Okay. Next one is Dormouse. So,
Ooh, that's
yeah.
unusual.
So he is dyed with a base layer of this very light cream color, and then over top of it we have a dark chocolate brown, a beautiful lighter purple, and then a pink. And so I took the image from him being in Sleeping in the Teapot. So we have the bright colors, and there's yellow in here too, from the tea party that he was at. So I think it's a lot of fun. And then again, it's more blurry and all that kind of stuff, so the colors do mesh in together. And watches. So this is the knitted one, and then this is the crocheted one. So you can see how the colors are more random, but they do kind of pool together, but not as much as the March Hare or Alice. So there is some randomness to him, and I think it's more of a subdued color. I tend to like bright in your face colors, but I know not everybody likes that, and sometimes people want more subtle things. So like I can envision this like on a sweater or a tank top or something like that you could wear instead of like a scarf or a hat or a shawl or something like that. I just think it's a lot of fun.
Sometimes you have to have the wingman to the bright pop colors, you know?
Yeah.
In between, if you're going to run with 3 or 4 bright colors, maybe have one neutral or one kind of a, to make the other one stand
neutral,
out.
Just to be a little different. So this is called Fawn. So this is the one that goes with Dormouse. It's a beautiful, very light brown that goes from more of a warm brown to like a reddish brown to hints of a yellow brown. I like fawn like a deer. Um, but I think it goes great with guy here, which is Dormouse. And I'm freezing. There we go.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah,
So you can see, because you do have the bits of brown that pop through that do correlate with it.
Hillary asked, could you show Dormouse with some other colors? Do you have one in mind, Hillary, or just anything? Just anything. Oh, she
could go
just looking for some color combo ideas.
You probably do the pink with the blush, because it does have some pink in it. Trying to think of what other colors.
I think Hillary prefers something other than pink. Hillary doesn't like
pink
that much.
Pink is not. Okay. What about green?
Yeah.
Green. I haven't gotten to green yet. But I can bring it up.
Make a note if you want. Make a reminder once you get past green. Okay. Sorry. We can do that.
It's okay. Looks like I'm frozen again.
We'll hold you in suspense.
Yes.
Suspenseful moment. It's coming up soon.
I'm sorry that I'm having issues with my internet. I don't know why it worked yesterday and then today. Yeah.
Okay, it'll catch up. Life happens. So, all good. So says the person with a fake camper behind her.
It's fun though.
So if it would entertain y'all, I could change my background. I don't know what else is in the backgrounds for today. So I was told this is what we were running with today. It's not too bad. Looks kind of comfy. Nice outdoor weather inside the box.
There we go. Okay. So this is moss green.
Ooh.
Next to the dormouse. I didn't even think of that.
That is exactly what I was hoping would happen, because that is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
Good call, Hillary.
Okay. So I'm going to show you the swatches for the fawn.
Look at me. Got chill bumps on that one.
Oh, I mixed them up. I'm doing it one order and then I changed it. There we go. Ooh, we have things all over the place. So this is the knitted one, and then this is the crocheted one for fawn. So it's the very light chocolate brown. But I think it's a good neutral color, because people do like that, even though I love my color. But that's fine. Trying to be diverse for everybody. Oh, and I'm frozen holding them up. Okay.
But we can see them really well. We can see them really well.
Wonderful.
Hey, I'm just saying, normally it's we have to kind of say, can you slow down a little bit? But we like that. But even in that, I bet that would be beautiful with the blush, the fawn, maybe with the blush too.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty. Or even Cheshire cat.
Frozen again. Okay. So there's the.
All right.
There we go. So there's the blush with the fawn.
Yeah, I kind of like that. It gives a little bit of. Who doesn't like a little love and chocolate? A little fruit and chocolate. Ooh, strawberries and chocolate.
The next one is the Queen of Hearts. So I love this colorway. She's dyed similar to Cheshire Cat. So she has been one layer at a time, been color poured on it. So there's two types of yellow in here for her crown and her outfit. And then we have this beautiful deep red, and then this black going over top of it. And then there is some white peeking through from the original skein. And I just think it's great. But
and
again,
if you missed Sarah yesterday, she did a dyeing demonstration. So we'll post the replay of that later on today, so you can check that out as well. Sorry. Plugging it out there too for you.
That's okay. So what I was saying is, like Cheshire Cat, the way it is dyed, each skein will be different, even in the same pan. It's just the nature of how it's dyed, because I pour dye on and then I pull it out and twist it, and then pour more dye over as I lay over top of. So yeah, each skein is different. So here is the two things. There we go. So this is the knitted, and then this is the crocheted. And you can see the randomness of it, how the colors just sort of randomly show up on the swatches. But I think that it's a lot of fun. And the reason for the randomness of the dyeing of it is because I found the queen in the movie would just blow up for no reason and off with her head. So she was a very random character, but they all sort of were in Alice in Wonderland.
Hillary can't wait to see who plays nicely with the Queen of Hearts, which Skeen, I guess, plays nicely with the Queen of Hearts. I'm excited to see that. So that, again, might be coming up soon, Hillary.
So the one I did for to match with the Queen of Hearts was Red Rose. So it's this deep, 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 rich red color. And then there are spots in the red that do go very, very dark. And so it's a semi-solid. I just think it's wonderful. So both the Queen of Hearts and Red Rose were dyed on my fingerling superwash 80% merino, 10% nylon, and 10% cashmere. Because she's the queen, and so she deserves to be on cashmere.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's beautiful. Oh.
Okay, and then the fun little swatches.
Yeah, the swatches are fabulous.
Thank you.
And Kathy
We
commented
can
that
thank
she loves
Corinne.
the
Yeah, you can thank Corinne for all the knitted ones. She was very, very nice, and in a week and a half knitted me 16 swatches. And fingerling weight.
Get a little busy, huh?
Yeah. Well, I don't knit. I don't know how to knit. I know how to crochet. I wish I did, but it kind of scares me. So I
Hey,
took
don't
on dyeing
forget.
instead.
I was going to say, don't forget on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, every Monday, we have our knit group, our knit studio in Camp Yarnsie. So we always
Very
have fun,
true.
little knit-alongs, things like that. If you ever need any knitting help or want to learn how to knit, it's there. Beautiful, though.
So you have the knitted one and then the crocheted one, and then you can see how it goes from the lighter deep red to the very dark red, which I think is great. I did want to mention, where did it go? There it is. I do offer free shipping on all my items for Canada and US, because shipping can be expensive, at least in Canada. I know it's a little better in US, but like from Ottawa to Toronto, which is 4 hours away, it can cost $15 to ship something, which
What?
is, yeah, it's
Wow.
ridiculous. So I figured out a way to vacuum seal all my packages, and then I ship them separately, so there is no tracking, but then I can afford the shipping myself, and you get free shipping out of it, which I think is cool. Because there's nothing worse than finding a skein you love, you go to pay for it, and then you have to pay basically the same amount to pay shipping.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that, and I don't want my customers to do that either. So, yeah, it's nice and flat, but literally you would just, I will cut it later. You cut it open, it pops right back up. I supply you with a sticker for the name of the skein and the wrap for the skein, so you can twist it back up like you normally would, and then put the wrap on it with the label, and then it's good to go. Or if you want, you can keep it like this and store it, so it's flatter and easier for storage.
Well, I was about to say, even when you ship it, sometimes things get wet, damp in the mail. And yarn's one thing you really don't want to get wet. Or you don't want it to rub against other things in the package because then it'll felt. That's my
Exactly.
I'm in the South, so I have more humid environments coming into. So, and Bonnie commented bug free. Good call, Bonnie.
Yeah. Okay. The next one is the caterpillar. I just love this colorway. So he's a lot going on. There's a dark blue, there's purple, and then there's a goldish color, a brown, and then a very bright aqua blue. And the thing that's special about, I'm actually going to twist it. So it's dyed in blocks of color that go through. instead of it being variegated with stripes through the skein and it repeats. And I just think it's a lot of fun. So the pieces are longer. So for the swatches, this is the knitted one, and then this is the crocheted. So you can see the longer lengths of the color in the knitted one, and then it has a whole lot of pooling with the crocheted. That particular skein that I did show you before had was dyed in superwash, 100% merino, and it's the worsted weight single ply. I have a thing for it. I really like it. Want to make a nice big comfy sweater, probably with that skein. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And then, where is it? There it is. The correlating color with that one is this beautiful indigo. So it's a beautiful deep, deep blue. And
That is fabulous.
thank
So
you.
rich. Beautiful.
Like rich color. So then these are the swatches. I hope you guys can see it. It is very dark. So this is the knitted, and then this is the crocheted one. So you can see that it does have hints of a lighter blue in it, but then it does go to the deep indigo color, which is just gorgeous. Okay,
Beautiful.
thank you. Okay, so the next one is the White Rabbit. So you have a layer base of a gray white, just to make it a little bit more interesting than just white. And then we have blue, like the indigo blue again, a purple, a goldy yellow, and then red. So I took this off from him running around when he first meets Alice with his big watch, saying he's late, he's late, he's late. So that's why the colors are more blurred together and a little bit random because he's running around.
Beautiful. I
Thank
love how
you.
creative you are with being able to pull that and and all the pieces of the scenes. It's hard to do if you think about it. Go back and try to put a picture together with what your thought was on it.
I thought way too much about this for way too long and then had to dye everything. I really hope people like this collection because I'm really proud of it. Okay, so these are the crocheted and knitted swatches. So this is the knitted one, and then this is the crocheted. And so as you can see, the colors are somewhat random, but they do have some pooling in them, especially with the crocheted one. But I think it's just wonderful.
Julie wanted to ask, do you have any pattern ideas for any of the great multicoloreds, like paired with a solid, or any pattern ideas for that, or have you had any thoughts? And Julie, I know you joined us a little bit late. Sarah crochets. She doesn't knit. So.
No, I don't.
That one.
I wish I had a lot of ideas for crocheting or knitting these wonderful colors. I do have a sample of the sport weight in the coral that I do have. I think I have at least one left in the shop. So I'm going to stand up for this, excuse me. So it's another semi-solid, and it's the coral, and it is crocheted. And this was one skein. So yeah, I do have some samples, but not a whole lot of finished products. And then the other one I have is this beautiful knitted hat that I think Lauren's still in the chat. I'm not sure, but she knitted it for me, and that colorway is the emerald. So if I bring it closer, you can see that it is a semi-solid again, and then it does go back and forth from a lighter green to a darker green. Um, okay. So the one that goes with White Rabbit is this lovely skein, which is a gray kind of yellowish skein. I've called it sand dune. Sandstone, sorry, sandstone. And it's a nice subtle color that I think is great.
And Bonnie suggested
Yes.
the putting Alice blue and the Alice and the blue together, and you have the exploding TARDIS.
Exploding garden.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Doctor Who, so that just makes me happy.
That's
So-
what Bonnie was going with. Yes. Ooh, beautiful.
Yeah, it is gorgeous. So that's the indigo blue that I've called it, and then Alice in Wonderland. Alice. We thought about, when I was discussing colors with Corinne and Lauren, because they helped me out a lot, we had thought about naming a TARDIS, but I wasn't sure if it would be too niche for people to know what I was talking about. So we went with indigo blue, which is the TARDIS color.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Right, and then sandstone. This is the knitted, and then this is the crocheted, and you can really see it going back and forth from the darker grays to the lighter ones, and then there is a hint of yellow in the dye as well. So it's not just a straight flat gray. Two more colorways.
Fabulous.
We're getting our way through there. Okay. So next up, I'll move it back, is Mad Hatter. So there's 3 different types of green in this one, and then there's a bright blue and then a gray. And I took it off from Mad Hatter from the movie, and he is dyed the same way as the caterpillar. So you have a block of color and then another block of color, and it goes through that. So I think it's wonderful. And then before I show the swatches, you have the wonderful moss green that goes with it, which I just think is absolutely gorgeous.
That is fabulous. A nice,
Then
rich
if you
color.
put them together,
Ooh.
Who
Who loves that? Some people. I see you.
Hillary. I see her waving.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm-hmm. That made my day there. That combo.
And
That
I am
green-
a lover of blue,
Yeah.
and not a huge fan of green. So the Mad Hatter gave me a lot of anxiety because I wanted to do him justice, but but I'm very happy with the way he turned out. These are I'm dropping stuff. The swatches for Mad Hatter. This is the knitted one, and then this is the crocheted one. You can see the difference between the two. You have some pooling with the crocheted one, and then you have the longer stripes with the knitted one. I just think they're really, really pretty. And then we have the moss green. So it is
That's
a
beautiful.
very dark
Yeah.
green, and it is semi-solid, so it does go from lighter to darker. But I think it's gorgeous. It goes very, very well with Mad Hatter. And then they're not on the website yet, but I will be having them up later today. I just literally got these in. They were stuck in the mail. So I'm really, really happy that I've finally been able to get some stitch markers. And they, of course, are Alice in Wonderland themed. So
Oh,
I have
cute.
5 stitch markers. They can, if you do purchase them, you can indicate if you want a ring for knitting or if you would like a hook or crocheting. So you can do either both, and they'll be $10 on the website. So sorry if you can't really see it, but this is Alice. Oop, let's flip her around. Kind of hard to see.
Back up
I'm
just
sorry.
a hair.
Yeah.
Just a hair. And then hang there for about 5 seconds. Give it a minute.
Okay.
There you go.
And then
It's getting there.
she is 3D, so she is a full little girl with a big bow on her back and all that kind of stuff, which is really, really cool. And then I have the white rabbit. So hopefully you guys can see it. I
Yeah.
will have better photos
That one.
on the website soon. And then so a deck of cards. I think, yep.
Yeah.
Making sure
I'll
it's
flip it
facing the
over.
right way.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Ugh,
It
there
just
we go.
it flipped back there for a second. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. And then I think this one is a lot of fun. It is the caterpillar on his mushroom. So it is also a 3D one. So you have the front with him peeking around, and if I turn it around, you have the back with his body wrapping around the
cute.
mushroom. It's adorable. And then the last one is it's the Cheshire's Grin, and it says "We're all mad here," which I thought was a lot of fun. So
Mhm.
some fun themed stitch markers for your project. And then
Fun. Hang on,
yeah. So I'll go ahead and open the vacuum seal to show you how it passed up. So we can see it's still very, very flat. I'm going to angle myself, excuse me. And I'm just going to start cutting, and you're going to start seeing it puff back up. I'm being careful not to cut the yarn, of course. Very good.
Oops. Sorry.
Like you normally would. Not a very great twist, but it is a twist. And then it's ready to go. It's all puffed up. Super soft and squishy. Again. Did anybody have any questions? Because I've gone through all my colorways. Did you want me to match different colorways together?
Hillary,
Sarah,
did you
put
have
the-
one? Yeah, sorry.
Put candied orange with indigo and berry crush.
Ooh.
I now want to make something with that, and I might be asking you to make that eventually. Ooh, and maybe
Sorry.
sandstone.
It's and
Oh, I could
sandstone?
totally
Okay.
make something. I could make that with. I could totally make another shawl with that.
Bear with me. There we go.
Okay, well, that's on my list to ask you to make.
The light, there we go. That's gorgeous.
Okay, I might order that sometime, Sarah. Well, come over. We're doing this.
Does anybody else want to see any colors together or have any questions for me? I talk with my hands if you haven't noticed.
I believe you wanted to see one. Was it what would go with the queen, or was it one after the queen? I'm trying to look back through the chat. Well, what would go nicely with the queen? Thinking of that.
Yeah.
Queen of Hearts.
Yeah. Who else goes with Queen of Hearts other than Red Rose?
But do maybe
Like
candy
maybe fawn?
orange.
Maybe fawn or something?
Yeah, we can try fawn.
And like sandstone is a nice one too.
Yeah, I'm just holding everything up. I know. And then sandstone. Yeah, it's a nice pale color. Oh, I froze.
Deep
Okay, let's get to
thoughts.
look at the yarn.
Yes.
I think the yarn gods have spoken.
Oh
That's your choice.
my goodness. So while it's still frozen,
Catching up.
just to remind everybody, Alice in Wonderland is available. It is a pre-order, and the pre-order goes till May 5th. So you have time to figure out what colorway you want on what yarn base site you want. I do carry 7 different yarn bases, then so you can match to the pattern that you are wanting. Oh my goodness, it's still frozen.
Oh, it's one of those days in there with it.
Yep.
And I'm going to drop the link to your shop one more
Thank
time.
you. That would be wonderful.
So everyone can check out those fun colors
Yeah.
there.
And the stitch markers will be on there shortly. I just have to photograph them and list them up. I literally just got the last of them today, so I haven't had time. But they'll be up shortly.
And
There
I'm
we
also going
go.
to put the link
Oh.
to Sarah's Facebook page in the chat as well. So please feel free to like her Facebook page as well as follow, so you can get all kinds of shop updates and that. When she posts
Yeah,
those things.
there's also Instagram, which is the same. If you were looking for me, it's Crazy About Yarn on Instagram as well. So that's the sandstone with Queen of Hearts. I forgot my own names of the colorways for a second there.
Happens,
Oh my
huh?
goodness. Yeah.
They're beautiful. Oh,
Now this is not available, but it is in sparkling. So I'm not sure if you guys can see it, the sparkle
Oh.
at least.
Look at this.
So I'm obsessed with gradient or ombre yarn, and I'm still working out how to do this in a productive way. So this is dyed in the Jones in color that I do have on the website. And I'll try to move it to hopefully you can see some of the sparkles, because I didn't have any of the sparkly yarn as any of the colorways, but sparkly yarn can be finicky. So you can order it, but yeah, it's just
like
it's
dietary
finicky.
risk? I don't know. That's the terminology for that.
Well, I'm able to dye it. It's just I have to baby it a whole lot. I basically have to stay in the studio and watch it the entire time instead of the
Wow.
rest of the yarn where I can leave 10 minutes and come back and check on everything. So it's just
You need some
I
loving.
didn't want the extra. Yes, it needs a lot of extra loving, but it's pretty. So that's why I do have it in my shop and available.
It's beautiful though.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Does anyone have any other questions about if they'd like to see the yarn pairings or how things go together, or would you like to see things held up, or?
Someone was asking what the pattern was for your shawl, Sarah.
It's a free pattern. I can't think of the name of it right now. But I will post the pattern name on Facebook on my page. I'm sorry, I don't have it written down. It's the same person who did the Lost in Time shawl that was really popular about 2 years ago. If you crochet, you'll know the pattern I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I don't have the name of it on hand.
Does anyone else have any questions, or would like to see any more pairings, anything like that? Any questions? Deep thoughts? Well, thank you so much, Sarah, for joining us. I really do appreciate it. We enjoy your colors. It's been it's been fun.
Yeah.
Can we see the colors from yesterday? The ones
Colors from yesterday? They're still drying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I have to leave in the pan overnight to let everything absorb, and then they take a while to dry. So
That's what I figured, but you made mention of it earlier in the presentation. So you're going to post those, I assume, on
Yeah,
social
I will
media
post
sometime?
those.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank
I
you so
will.
much. Appreciate it.
No problem.
No one has any
Thank
other
you.
questions? All right, at 2 p.m. Eastern, we have a Shop Live with Yank Your Yarn coming up. So please feel free to watch that, and you can find the link at yarnsie.com, and I will drop the link in the chat here for everyone. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining us.